my name is Cindy Perez. I'm a student physical therapist. I'll be working with you today.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This is my doctor.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to ask you a couple of questions just to make sure you are who you are, okay?
Okay.
If I can have your full name and date of birth, please. Now, what we'll do today is your physical therapy evaluation. So
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a few questions about your medical history. I'm going to ask you about your home life, your work life, anything that you can't do at home, anything that you have difficulty with, any health conditions that you have problems with, as well as we're going to do a few tests towards the end of the examination, just to make sure everything tests the way that that the script says, as well as do a few exercises at the end.
Okay, I can do that.
Perfect. And what brought you to physical therapy?
My doctor recommended me to come because at my office visits I always complain of this pain that I'm having. It's a pain that I guess it's my shoulder. It hurts right here at the top, and whenever I try to raise my whole arm, and that's where the problem begins.
Okay. Now, you said the left shoulder.
Yes.
Is there any pain in the right shoulder?
No, this one's fine.
That one's fine? Okay. Now, when you do get pain, what pain level would you say your shoulder is between 0 and 10, 10 being the worst?
Well, it kind of depends how high I'm lifting it or if I'm using it often. If I start using my arm often, then that's where the pain level is increasing. I'd say it's about like an 8. But whenever I do try to raise it too high, now that's pretty painful. I'd say that's about a 10.
Okay. And what's the worst that's been since you've had this pain? I mean, the best that's been since you had this pain.
Well, when I get to rest and I'm not working or just at home and I'm not using it too much, it's okay. It doesn't bother me too much. Yeah,
So about like, what number would you give that?
I guess like a 3.
3? Okay. And you did fill out the paperwork before you came in about the different activities that you do, the neck index form in the front office? Okay, perfect. Now I want to know, any other symptoms other than pain in that arm?
My hand, on this side, so it's going to be my 2 fingers right here. Sometimes I get like some numbness, like tingling sensation.
Okay. Just on this side?
Yeah, it's just on that side as well.
Have you noticed with any activities, certain activities that you do that you feel the numbness, or it just happens?
Well, when I'm typing.
When you're typing?
When I'm typing, that's where I start feeling it more.
Okay. Do you type for work?
Yes, I work with a computer.
You work on the computer? Okay. What's your work position?
Office manager.
Office manager.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the computer the whole time.
Okay. What's the longest that you're in the computer that you would say before you take a break?
Well, I try not to take breaks, so I'm probably there maybe 3 or 4 hours before I do a break, or if I have a meeting, I'll go do that.
Okay. Any other activities that you have problems with, either at work?
One of the things that's frustrating to me as well is that I can't really braid my hair like I used to.
Okay.
Just having to raise my arms, that's not really possible anymore. So that's one thing I wish I was still able to do.
Now, any health conditions that you may have?
Yeah, so my doctor diagnosed me with diabetes, hypertension, and my glucose levels is really high.
Okay.
So
Are you taking medication for your diabetes?
I am. I'm taking some medication. I have a list
Oh, okay.
of my prescriptions.
Thank you. And have you had any issues with these medications that you've noticed?
No, I've been on them for about a year now.
Okay. Pretty good. Thank you so much. And what I'll do is I'll make copies of this and I'll give you the original so you can have it for your records.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, with the, I know you say your blood glucose tends to be high. Do you have an insulin? Do you check your blood
I do.
sugar on a
do.
regular basis?
I have to. I have a log where I track everything.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Sure of that. Now, with the, when you feel like you're having a low blood sugar spell or anything like that, do you know what you have to do in order to boost your blood sugar up?
Yeah, my doctor said I keep a little bit of candy.
Okay.
So if needed, then I'll use the candy.
Good,
Mhm.
perfect. You could also use either like a little box of juice or something.
Yeah.
That could help you out. So I know at work you have problems typing at home. I know you said braiding your hair. Anything else at home that you have issues with?
Well, I have to ask my husband to help out with like dishes and putting them up. So that's one thing. Cleaning or fixing our picture frames or anything like that. I just rely on him a lot to do that
Okay.
work around the house.
Okay. Is it just you and your husband at home, or is there anyone else at home?
Oh, well, we have a child,
Okay.
but she's in college already,
Oh, okay.
so she's not with us at the house anymore.
At your house, is there any heavy doors that you have to push or pull, or anything?
No.
shelves or anything like that? Perfect.
No, they would be okay.
Do you have any issues either lifting any objects other than putting the dishes up here, but just lifting the objects around waist level?
As long as they're not too heavy, I'm pretty good about being able to transfer stuff
Okay.
over with my two arms.
Perfect. Any problems with your shoulder pain stopping you from doing any hobbies, any social activities, anything like that?
Yeah, I would say it keeps me from wanting to go out dancing with my husband. That's one thing that we used to enjoy doing, but now I don't want to bother because I'm just focusing on my pain, not having a good time. If I try to go out dancing, it's not the same.
Okay. Anything in particular that you do for your pain?
I like to put a heat pad that I have on.
Okay. Have you tried ice?
Not so much, maybe just something warm.
Well, I will suggest if you try an ice pack, you can either make one at home or buy one at Walmart. The way that you make it at home is 1/3 alcohol, 2/3 water. And you just put it like in a Ziploc baggie or something that you won't spill. You put it over where you feel the pain, 10-15 minutes. Make sure you have a towel between the cold pack and your skin. 10-15 minutes, and that should help decrease some of the pain as well as any inflammation or swelling that you may have.
Okay. I'll have to try that.
And it's cheap.
Yeah.
That works. Any problems with driving?
Not really. I mainly turn the wheel with my right hand, but I mean, I haven't had any problems unless I'm driving for a long period of time.
Okay. How about when you're sitting on the passenger side and you have to reach for the seatbelt? Any problems with that?
Yeah, I just do it with my right hand.
With your right hand.
I can't reach over to grab it with my left.
Okay. Now, what would you say your main goal was to get out of therapy?
Well, I'd like to not to focus on the pain so much. It'd be nice if I'm able to alleviate that and bring in some more strength into my arm. I feel like my right side is just compensating a lot, and sometimes just out of fear. I'd like to feel more comfortable using that.
And from what you've gone through, you haven't noticed that you've harmed this shoulder in any way? It just started hurting, or something happened and it started hurting? How exactly did you notice when that kind of started?
Well, I did try to live like an active lifestyle, playing sports like basketball, exercising. Push-ups was one of my favorite exercises to keep the strength, and so I've been doing that for a while, and pretty much I guess around maybe a few years ago, it's when I started noticing something slightly, and then over the past year it's just got worse.
So what I'm gonna do is just a few things to kind of see where you are right now. If I can have you sit up nice and straight with your shoulder blades back. Good. Any pain with that position there?
No.
No? Good. How about moving your head to your right side? Any pain with that?
Not so much pain, just a little bit of discomfort.
Discomfort? Just feel like a stretch?
Yes, like a stretching.
How about coming towards your left side?
No.
No pain? Good. Okay, you can put your head and relax. How about lifting those shoulders up? Any pain with that?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit?
On that left side.
Okay. And then I'm gonna have you lift your arms up, so if you need to turn your chair so you won't hit the TV or anything, just lifting your arms up. Let's have the thumbs up and as lift as high as you can.
So, this is where I wanted to stop
So
here. This one
how
can
far
go-
can you lift that side up?
Oh, this one can go all the way up.
All the way up?
Yeah.
Okay, so bring it back down. Okay. Now I want you to close your eyes. And just leave your hand on your lap there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna test a few quick places. We'll do the more thorough exam later, but I kind of just want to get a feel for where your sensation in your arm is. Okay. So I'm gonna touch, and I want you to know if I'm touching or not. Okay.
Okay.
Am I touching?
No.
No. Am I touching now?
Yes.
Yes. How about now?
Yes.
Yes. And there.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Just to kind of see where you are. You can open your eyes. Okay. Now, what I'm doing, I'm just going to poke around in your shoulder, see if you have any pain. Any pain there?
Yeah, right here.
Right in there?
Yeah.
That's where you felt it.